Hello, Potato, and welcome to another edition of Weekend Magic, where I go over all the stupid things I've wasted my money on this week. And this week, it's not just my money, because some of these things are presents, because it's my birthday, not so special, yay! So yeah, we have a couple extra items we wouldn't have otherwise had. So let's start with them. My main present, I usually get one of these every year, was this. Lego Kit 10275, the Elf Clubhouse, part of the Winter Village collection. It's the 2020 addition to the Winter Village. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you will remember last year we got the gingerbread house. I wasn't doing Weekend Magic back then, but there is a series of videos of me building the gingerbread house. So you can expect next month sometime we'll have a series of videos of building the Elf Clubhouse. I just don't know if it'll be something that we dedicate a week to, or if it'll just be a series of videos released on a Sunday. But the kit's 1,197 pieces, about 1,200 pieces, which when you look at it built, because they had a built one in the window at the Lego store, it doesn't seem very big. And then you have to remember there's a lot of fiddly bits in here, a lot of 1x1s and a lot of 1x2 pieces. Like that tree alone is probably 150 pieces right there. So just because it's 1,200 pieces doesn't mean it's a big set, because a lot of the pieces are small. But still, it'll be a fun build. I can add it to the Santa's Village area in the Winter Village. I'm still not a huge fan of these more fantasy-oriented buildings, like the Gingerbread House and the Santa's Workshop. I kind of like the more of the actual village, like the toy shop and the post office and stuff. But it seems this is the way we're going now. This is the future of the Lego Village, or the Winter Village. So I might as well just suck it up and deal if I'm going to keep collecting these. So I've noticed recently in the Lego store in particular, a lot of the boxes now seem to be black. They're kind of going for more black boxes. I don't know why that is. I don't know if they're trying to look more modern or look less kiddish. Because maybe, the bright yellow one associated with Lego seems to be kind of dwindling away. I mean, they've had other colors for years. Like they had, a couple years ago, all the Star Wars sets were white for some reason. But it seems like we're going to black. And maybe it's just because I've been looking at more Star Wars sets and they've all gone back to black. But it seems like a lot of kits are coming in more of a black box now. I don't know why that is. And I don't suppose it's important. So the next thing I got for my birthday is this. It's a box lunch exclusive. It's Bart Simpson as the Raven from Treehouse of Horror. I haven't been collecting the Treehouse of Horror Pops. They did some last year too, and I didn't buy any of them. Just because there's a lot of them. I mean, even this year there's a lot of them. These are the ones that aren't exclusive. The Grim Reaper Homer and Spaceman Bart, Zombie Bart, Witch Marge. The Devil Flanders is kind of tempting though. That's kind of a cool one. Vampire Krusty. Jack in the Box Homer is also interesting. And I think it's Hot Topic that has an exclusive of Homer with the donut head, which is another one that's kind of interesting, and of course would go well with Devil Flanders. But this one, I like the poem The Raven, and I like that particular segment of Treehouse of Horror, sorry. I'm looking right at the name and I can't get it right. So yeah, we picked up the Raven Bart, so let's get him out of his box and take a look at him. Quoth the Raven, "Eat my shorts." He is Bart Simpson as the Raven. Yep, it's a very cute little rendering of him. Clearly Bart. The books he's on are The Raven, Poems by Poe and E.A. Poe. I'm a little surprised they didn't try to actually list some of the real books like they do in the actual cartoon, but I guess maybe the writing would have had to be too small to be legible. Or maybe they didn't think about it. But he's a cute little figure. And, how often do you get to see a Funko Pop based on, I'm going to argue, one of the best poems in the English language? You can disagree. That's fine. You're right. You have a right to be wrong. But, yep, I like it. Oh, before we go on to our next item, I kind of skipped a Lego thing. I forgot about it. It's sitting here and I forgot about it. It's this little set. It's just one of those little accessory kits. It's set 40373. And I thought it would go nicely with the Carnival set, assuming we have fairs and stuff next year. I can add this to that. Also, it comes with a Ron Swanson minifigure, and who can not like that? It's 51 pieces, most of them are minifigures. It's got 4 minifigs and a little, I think it's supposed to be one of those, like, knock the cans over kind of games, which is probably why she's holding the gun. Can always use another little carnival game. Yeah, see, knock the cans over. Although I'm sure that really won't happen with it. Oh, maybe. It doesn't look like they're fastened down, which means they will be forever falling over in the display. But yep, just a little thing to go with my Winter Village. That won't get put together for like another year. I already have another set, actually. That is for next year's summer series. And we'll do a video of that next year, assuming I do the summer display next year. Because I skipped it this year because we didn't really have a summer. All right. Moving on to the last birthday present. Mr. Toad in his car from Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Yeah, how could I not get this? I'm actually not getting... It's a Pop 8-9, and I'm not going to get this one because I'm actually not going to get any of these ones. At least I don't plan to at this point, because I like the ones that come on the ride vehicles. Because, of course, we already had the Doom Buggy with Ezra, and we have the Jungle Cruise boat. I showed you that a couple months ago, I think now. So now we have Mr. Toad's Wild Ride represented as a Pop. And of course I have on order the Haunted Mansion. It's still on order. And if I see it in store before the one I ordered comes in, I will probably just cancel that order. It's part of the 65th anniversary Pop series. So last year, I spent time running around looking for the Haunted Mansion Pops, in particular like the Target exclusives. This year, it looks like it's going to be these guys, because all the Haunted Mansion ones are accounted for, except for the Chase versions of Constance and Alexander, and I have no expectation of finding those, or at least not for a price that I'm willing to pay. So yeah, let's pop Mr. Toad out of his vehicle here. I do like the eyes on the individual Pop, but not enough to buy it to go with this. So yeah, let's pop him out of his box and take a look at him. Vroom vroom, here comes Mr. Toad. Yep, Mr. Toad driving in Toady. One thing I forgot to mention is that the boxes on these have this weird, like, faux aged thing going on them. There's nothing wrong with this box. It's not dirty. It's not messed up. This is the way they're meant to look. All the 65th anniversary ones look like that. You'll see that in the next couple things as well. But here is Mr. Toad driving Toady. Much like the Skipper Dan in the Jungle Cruise, he does not come out of the vehicle. You know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, because I know Ezra came out of the Doom Buggy. But he does not. The Doom Buggy itself, of course, the wheels do not roll. There's no moving parts on here except for the head. Yep, the head does turn. So you can have him look jolly if you want to take him out of the package and leave him on a shelf like that. The cars, of course, that same kind of just hard plastic that the boat was made out of from the Jungle Cruise. And Mr. Toad, of course, is vinyl. But it's very cute. A lot of nice little detail. And, you know, especially given, I think, in Florida, they don't even have this ride anymore. So, we're lucky here in California at the original park to still have this original ride. And so ends my birthday. But there's still more stuff to come. And I know you're saying probably, oh, God, just stop the Pops. Stop the Pop? You can't stop the Pop. Because there's more Pops coming. And more Disneyland one coming. This is Pop number 88 from the Disneyland Resort 65th Anniversary Collection, and it is Donald Duck riding the Matterhorn. They did a Matterhorn similar to this, I think, last year with the Sasquatch in it, and I kind of regretted not getting it. But now I have this one, so I'm good. I don't need to get that one. They also, of course, have Donald and Mickey down here. Yeah, it's in lederhosen, like the people who climb the Matterhorn. But again, I don't plan on getting like any of these. I just want the ones with them in the rides. So let's get him out and take a look at him. Please keep your hands and arms inside the right vehicle at all times, because here comes Donald on Disneyland Bobsled's Matterhorn. Think what Matterhorn Bobsled is the actual name of it, right? Yeah, that's what the box says. Matterhorn Bobsled's Attraction. Here we have a cute little Donald Duck here wearing his cute little German style hat. I like the decal on the front. That really, for some reason, that really appeals to me. That it has the little decal on the front, just like the real cars. And much like Mr. Toad, Donald is not going to take his hands and feet outside the ride vehicle because they're glued in place. He does not come out, just the head turns. So you can pose him on the shelf this way, you can put him on the shelf this way, or you can do what I'm going to do, which is put him back in the box forever. But it's a nice item, and again, vehicles, ground, just kind of that thin, hard plastic. Only the pop part is actually the very vaguely soft vinyl, and even then the head's mostly the soft bit. But it's a nice addition to any Disneyland fan's collection. And hey, you know, they're cheaper than Precious Moments figures, right? Coming in for a landing is our next pop. Also from the Disneyland Resort 65th Anniversary Collection, number 92, Dumbo the Flying Elephant with Minnie Mouse. Yep, I actually happened to just go into Box Lunch looking for something else in particular, and we'll get to that in a minute. And they had this up on the shelf, so I added it to our collection because this is one my wife particularly liked, I think. I think now really the only one of these bigger sets that we don't have, that at least that I know of that I want, is the Target exclusive Mad Hatter in the teacup. And again, they've done like Alice in the Teacup before, and again, I skipped it because I was a fool. But the Mad Hatter's better anyways. But I haven't had luck finding that one yet. If I ever do track it down, you'll see it here. But for now, let's take a look at Minnie riding Dumbo, because this is as close to Minnie Mouse the Main Attraction as we're getting in this video. It's Minnie Mouse on Dumbo. Yeah, like I said, about as close to Minnie Mouse the Main Attraction as we're getting in this week's video. This one out of the package feels like it's easily the heaviest of the three of these attractions ones that we've got today. Because Dumbo here, unlike the Matterhorn and Toad's car, is not hollow plastic, but is solid. He's a big, heavy, chunky thing. Make a good paperweight. Make a good bludgeon if you needed to. A little bit different than the others. He's got an actual stand, so he does float a little bit off the ground. And of course, again, Minnie does not come out, but she is fully in there. She's got legs. Her feet are there. I don't know if you can see them on the camera or not, but they're there. And again, she can turn her head, so if you want to pose her, it seems like her arm should move too, but it doesn't. It's just flexible. You could put her up on a shelf like this so she's waving to the camera as she flies by. Or, put it this way, if you really like Dumbo, it's got some weird seams on it. I guess, you know, because I've had to put it together from multiple pieces. The ears have a really super visible seam on the back here. And then around the nose is another, to me at least, like a super visible seam. But I mean, if you're putting it on a shelf or even just leaving it in the box, that's not going to be super noticeable. Otherwise, I really do like this one out of the box. This is one I was actually a little hesitant to buy, because I've never been that huge a fan of the Dumbo ride or the Dumbo movie, but you know, completionism kind of wins out sometimes. And I'm really pleased I picked it up, because it's a nice piece. This would look nice on a shelf open by itself, but it's going back in the box and will hopefully look nice on a shelf in the box. And our last two pops are Hot Topic exclusives. We've got the Diamond Edition of Eeyore and Bill Nye the Science Guy. So if you watched my SAC Anime Swap Meet video, I mentioned at that one booth not wanting to pay, I think it was $35 is what it was marked, for a Diamond Edition Eeyore that had a messed up tag on it. I hadn't realized, I thought that was an older pop. I didn't realize it was a brand new one. They had a whole shelf of these at Hot Topic. So yeah, I saved a good 20-something bucks, got one without a messed up sticker. And, because they were doing the buy one, get one 30% off that they're constantly doing, picked up Bill Nye the Science Guy, which comes in the more like biodegradable, flimsier packaging than what usually comes for Pops. This is the kind that usually I'm used to seeing on like Earth Day Pops, like the Box Lunch Earth Day Pops, like they've done Wally and Eva and that raccoon from Pocahontas think was this year's, and took forever to sell because, one, the store was closed for 3 months, and two, it's the raccoon from Pocahontas. Yep, we got Bill Nye. His signature science rules on the back. And I don't know that I could maybe see getting a Heffalump or a Woozle from the Winnie the Pooh series. But that's probably about it. I think that at least in the picture, that Winnie the Pooh looks dead right creepy. So yep, let's get these two out of their boxes and take a look at them. And that'll finish up our Pops. And here are our last two Pops for this week out of their boxes. We've got Bill Nye and Diamond Edition Eeyore. And yep, let's do Eeyore first because he's covered in glitter and going to be on everything forever and ever. Anything that flakes off. His head does turn, but when you move it a little, you can hear grinding of the glitter in there, and I'm thinking that's just going to draw loose. It started coming off of my hands. So the less done of that, the better. But I think it's a very cute sculpt to him. I think, honestly, looking at the pictures on the back of the box, I think Eeyore comes out about the best of the Winnie the Pooh Pops. I know they've done Winnie the Pooh before. I think they had some Christopher Robin Pops, which were kind of borderline interesting and creepy. Yep, he's very cute, very sparkly all the way around. Every inch of him except for his eyes is covered in glitter to give him that diamond effect. Conversely, Bill Nye has no glitter at all, but he does have the whole world in his hands, in his lab coat. He's also wants to fall backwards. I guess it's that all the information on that big old head of his. And yep, he's begging you to please care about the planet. I wonder, given the packaging, and given that he is kind of known for being ecology focused now, as much as education focused, I wonder if this was supposed to be an Earth Day Pop, and they scrapped it because as they get closer to Earth Day, they knew they weren't going to be open and just released it as a Hot Topic exclusive instead of releasing it as an Earth Day Pop. Because I know the raccoon from Box Lunch did come out as an Earth Day Pop, but I'm wondering, because Bill here is in that same style of packaging. So I wonder if he was... I wonder if that could just because maybe that was part of the condition for his allowing himself to be made into a pop. Or maybe he was meant to be an Earth Day Pop, and it just didn't work out because of the world. Yep, it's a very cute little pop. They're both going to look nice up in the collection if he would just stand up. But hey, I guess that's why I keep them in boxes, right? So we have just 3 more items today. We're in the home stretch and no more cutaways because there's nothing to open on any of them. So I mentioned going to Target to look for that Mad Hatter Pop and having no luck, but I did luck into this. In the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge area, they had DJ Rex in the Black Series figure. I had forgotten, actually, that this was being released as part of the Target selection, because I haven't seen it before in the store, and I haven't seen it on Shop Disney, and I haven't seen it in the Disney store. And Disney store hasn't had black figures in ages, at least certainly since they've reopened. But yep, it's DJ Rex. Of course, I love Rex from Star Tours, and I picked up that DJ Rex Pop, showed that off a few weeks ago. Now I have the DJ Rex figure, and I really am torn on whether I want to open him. I kind of want to open him, but I also kind of want to keep him in his box. So it says on the back here, DJ Rex. Rex was recently reprogrammed to be a DJ at Oga's Cantina. Today he can be found playing the latest hits from around the galaxy in the heart of Black Spire Outpost. And then all the same, but in a bunch of different languages. It looks like French and German, Spanish, maybe Portuguese? I don't know. I am not a language expert. But he's cute, it's well detailed like Black Series figures generally are. I'm not going to take him out of the box, but let's zoom in a little bit, see if I get a little more detail here. There we go. That's a good look at him, I think. It's as good a look as we're going to get. Can extra light help? Not really. Kind of glares, doesn't it? Yep, that's our DJ Rex. Isn't he cool? I like him. They also had, when I was there, they had this new set from Marvel Legend ones from Deadpool 2 that I was really tempted to get, but it was $50 for one of them and $25 for the other. And I only spent $25 on Stan Lee, and that's why I spent $25 on Stan Lee, because that's kind of the going rate for those boxed Marvel Legends. But yeah, just couldn't swing it at that point. Hopefully they'll be around for a while and I'll be able to pick them up later. Or hey, you know, it's nearly actually not quite my birthday. Birthday's not for a couple days after this video goes up. So if you want to buy me something, there's you an option. And our next item is that item I was actually going into box lunch for when I found Minnie Mouse riding Dumbo. And it's this. I'll put the stand there so we can stand up, hopefully. There we go. So just so we can get it all on camera. Yep, it's a Mickey Mouse Ghost Loungefly backpack. So, you're thinking, that's a pretty, just plain white backpack, right? It is, until you turn off the lights. And still a little bright in here. Let's see if I can make it darker in here. Hold on. All right, here's with everything turned off in here. And yeah, you can see it. It really seemed like it glowed more strongly when I brought it home. But still, it's got a good glow to it. Hopefully that shows up well enough on camera. Pretty much the whole thing glows. All the way on the sides. Oh, that's weird. You can like see my fingerprints in the glow. Hope my fingerprints aren't like leaving fingerprints on this thing, but it does glow for a while, and it glows off of not a huge amount of charging, which is nice. And it glows in environments that aren't super dark. I guess it seems like it's glowing a little better. Maybe it's just my eyes were used to the bright lights in here, and now that they're off, I can see it better. Hopefully it shows up well on camera. It looks really dim on the screen, but it probably will look brighter when I edit it. Yep, it's a very cute little thing. Only thing I'd see with it is, first of all, they all had like weird little creases in the fabric, because it's kind of like that faux leather. And I guess the way they're packed, they all picked up little creases. I picked the one that had the least number of creases. Other issue, of course, is that it's just going to show dirt really easily, but it's a pretty smooth surface, so it might wipe clean easily as well. All right, so while we have the lights off, we have one more item that will benefit from darkness. So let me grab that now, and hopefully it'll be in focus when I turn it on. All right, this is something I've been waiting for a while. We ordered it, I think, back in August, and it just came in this week.
Serpents and spiders, tail of a rat, call in the spirits wherever they're at. Rap on a tape, it's time to respond. Send us a message from somewhere beyond. Goblins and ghoulies from last Halloween, awaken the spirits with your tambourine.
Let's get some lights back on now. At least some of them. She goes through like the whole spiel here. Ooh, that actually looks pretty good that way, doesn't it?
Wherever you dwell, give us a hint by ringing the bell.
Probably shouldn't let her go too long without me talking, since I will get copyright flagged. Oh, and she's done anyways. So let's get the lights back on. Yes, it is, of course, Madame Leota from the Haunted Mansion. So I thought it was a very nice effect. Well, it's done with the lights on the outside and the lights on the inside, because she glows from within, and then we have the external LEDs here that light up from the outside. And she's supposed to work with water too. If I take her out of the box, which I haven't decided if I will or not yet, you're supposed to put water in her, and then it'll blow fog in there. There's a little vaporizer in it. And I'm not sure I want to do that, because I don't know that you can take this apart. And I'm kind of worried what'll happen once water gets trapped in there. You know, will it get all mucky, moldy, mildewy? So I'm a little hesitant to do it. But we'll see. But that's kind of what it's supposed to look like with the fog in it. But yeah, I just haven't decided if I want to do that yet. But this is what? $24.99 on Shop Disney. I don't know if it's on there or not anymore. It was on there as back order like the entire time it was up. So I think they may well have sold through everything they planned on making. But she's nice. She is probably the best of the Haunted Mansion items this year. I mean, I love the Pops, but this is the most impressive. What I would like to see next year. Now, all right. So the only complaints I have about her is that you've seen a lot of things this year that have projection mouth movements. Mostly pumpkins. It's mostly been pumpkins. I've seen some ghosts that way too. And they didn't do that with her. She's just illuminated from within, which I still think looks really cool. But what I would like to see for next year, is a little Leota figure, like a 12-inch figure with a lit up face from inside that makes it look like she's reciting the whole hurry back routine. I think it's probably a big ask. I don't think I've ever seen little Leota merchandise. But yeah, I would love to see a little Leota figure. And that wraps up this week's Weekend Magic. That's everything we've got for you this week. And yep, it was a lot of it. A lot of pops. But no ornaments and no masks. So we had that going for us. So I do hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it entertaining or interesting, and interesting preferably. And I hope you'll be back next week for the next Weekend Magic, and indeed for anything else that may come in the meantime. But I want to thank you for watching. Please remember to like the video if you did like it, or heck, even if you didn't. And make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that little bell so you know when I post new videos. And I will see you in the next video. Take us out, Madam Leota.
Serpents and spiders, tail of a rat,